All right, peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises to the Most High. This is a story that nobody is talking about. Yet another young black male, 24-year-old Tyreese Johnson, was killed in cold blood, premeditated, by 24-year-old Neanderthal Joshua Chappell. And I'm going to play you this video, which gives you some details, but I'm also going to give you some more details on the story that they're not saying on the news. But this video is fair use for literary and commentary purposes only. Just watch.
Another local story. This has to do with a 25-year-old Joshua Chappell. He was arrested on Wednesday morning after he recklessly pointed an AR-15 rifle at a man and a woman sitting across from him in a living room. He ended up fatally shooting the man with the rifle after it just went off, according to an arrest affidavit. So this shooting happened inside of a residence here in Waco. When officers arrived, they found the 24-year-old who had been shot. He was suffering from a gunshot wound to the chest area. Police say he was pronounced dead at the scene and his family was notified. Police also spoke with two witnesses stating that essentially he just pointed the gun in the 24-year-old's direction and was making gun noises with his mouth, and then all of a sudden the rifle just went off, striking the 24-year-old. So there were two women in the house who attempted to perform CPR until the paramedics arrived, but when police arrived, the Chappell said that he was sorry for what happened and that he essentially knew what he did. So he is being held in McLennan County Jail on a charge of manslaughter, a second-degree felony, and his bond has not been set yet.
All right, so there you hear the narrative of what happened according to that news report. Now I'm going to play you another video, but I'm also going to show you some local news articles that try to spin the narrative despite what the facts are. You heard them say that this man right here, we're going to put this evil murderer's picture up, Joshua Chappell, pointed an AR-15 at a man and a woman sitting on the couch. And this man just happens to be 24-year-old Tyreese Johnson. Rest in peace to brother Tyrese. He and another woman, now I'm going to assume his fiance, and I'll show you her picture as well. Now, they said that this man just started making gun noises, and then the gun just went off. And then according to other witnesses, he was pointing the gun at the man and the woman, and the gun went off. And after they called the police, he's telling them, I am sorry for what I did. And also, I know what I did. Yet and still, they're charging him only with second-degree manslaughter. And let me show you how they are trying to spin the narrative already. Now, this is a post from the local Ledger, which is, I guess, a local news Facebook outlet. Now, this is what they're saying. Now, notice how this differs from the news report. This says, Tyreese Johnson passed away tragically just after midnight in a quiet home on South 21st Street at the age of 24. In a quiet home. There's nothing quiet about being shot in the chest with an AR-15. This incident involved a playful handling of a firearm by a friend, which led to an irreversible mistake and has left the community in shock. Can you see what they're going? This incident involved a playful handling of a firearm by a friend, which led to an irreversible mistake, already giving the white kid an out. And then they're going to instantly move away from this cold-blooded murder and say authorities emphasize the importance of firearm safety and extend their condolences to Johnson's family during this difficult time. As the investigation unfolds, this event serves as a sobering reminder of the need for vigilance and responsibility in handling weapons. And so you see that article did an outstanding job of making this cold-blooded murder where a guy points an AR-15 at a guy and starts making gun noises and then shoots him and pulls the trigger because guns just don't go off. AR-15s just don't go off without you pulling the trigger. And so that white boy, this white evil creature, knew what he was doing. And he's going to use the I'm white and it was just a mistake and I was playfully handling the gun to get out of it, even though he admitted to police that he was sorry and I knew what I did, meaning that he intentionally meant to kill this young man. Now watch this other video, which again gives a little outlet to this cold-blooded killer. These videos are fair use for literary and commentary purposes only.
Welcome back. I want to get you back to that breaking news out of Waco that we've been following for you all morning long. We know that an overnight shooting left one person dead.
Yeah, Texas Today reporter Brandon Cole is live for us this morning from the Waco Police Department. Brandon, what do we know so far about this death?
Well, Jasmine, Waco police says officers arrested 24-year-old Joshua Chappell for the shooting and killing of another 24-year-old male who is unidentified at this time. Chappell is now being charged with manslaughter, and this all took place in South Waco. Let's take a look at some video I captured about 2 hours ago. So this is the block where Waco police said the shooting happened. Officers arrived here right after midnight. Here they found the unidentified 24-year-old man with a gunshot wound, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. This is the block right next to the Cove on 21st apartment building, and it's just a few blocks away from South Waco. Police do believe this is an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public right now. Waco police also says that this is the 9th homicide investigation so far this year. We're going to be heading to break right now, but we'll have more news around the corner.
All right. And so what bothers me is when they say this is an isolated incident. There's nothing isolated about these white boys and white men killing black men and children. It's not an isolated incident, and it's definitely a continued threat to the public, especially when you only arrest him for second-degree manslaughter. While this kid was sitting on a porch and they're trying to say you were his friend, and you're going to point an AR-15 at him and shoot him. Now, there's no record, mention of Joshua Chappell's record. So they're sparing him the public scrutiny of what they do when black people are arrested for these type of charges. But just take a look once again of some of these Facebook posts regarding our brother Tyreese Johnson. Here is one from Summer Ray. Said it was too early for you to be taken from us, only 24 years old. You knew how to make everyone laugh, even if they were crying. You were smart at times, LOL. Kind, caring, hardworking, a good fiance to our girl, Lissa Gonzalez. You loved each of y'all's babies and love Lissa as well. Every one of your friends and family more than you can put into words, and we love you back just as much. You are a big part of our family and especially a big part of our hearts. It hurts to know that my first time meeting you and my friend will be in a casket instead of laughter and smiles like we were meeting an old friend again. You will always be loved and missed, Ty. And this is Rest in Peace, Bubba. And that looks like a white person who is making the post. And there you see, lots of pictures of him. And then, we can go to his fiance's page. And this is Lissa Gonzalez. This is the girl tagged in the post. So as you see, she looks, of white Hispanic descent, as they say. But, looking at her, she could pass for a white girl. And the reason why I say that, that is relevant because, white men still have that fear or the jealousy or the envy of, black men being in a relationship with white women. And, being that this lady looked white, that could have triggered that old age fear. Now, this is Tyreese Johnson's page. You see him with his fiance there. They're seeing madly in love. He has her all over the place. So these are some of the photos. We're just going through, seeing, who our brother was. But what we have learned, and he seems, kind of eccentric, to say the least. And once again, this is no, that's just an observation. This is no snap. One thing I want to offer condolences to his family and his loved ones. But what we have seen, in a lot of these stories is sometimes black men start hanging around people other than black people. And in this case, you have the white boy and you have the, and that this is a classification, white Hispanic. A lot of Hispanics identify as white. And so that's why they have that label, white Hispanic. So a lot of our brothers and sisters start hanging around these people. And sometimes that age-old racism just comes into play. Like, he didn't point it at anybody else. He pointed the gun at the black boy and said, okay, well, I know I can get away with this. So I can say it was a mistake. Just like the other girl down there in Texas, I believe, who shot her boyfriend and claimed it was a mistake. And then said, well, nah, he came at me with a knife. And then she said she was cleaning the gun. She made up all types of stories. And it took them a while to arrest her, but they did arrest her and charged her. And that was, the loss of life of a black boy down there. And I think he told them that, he wouldn't date, he'd rather date a dog than a black woman. So we have these guys, and I'm not saying this about our brother here. I don't know too much about his story, but I do know that he was hanging around the wrong people. And, this white guy, once again, has only been charged with manslaughter. And so that is a slap in the face when, you're pointing the gun at somebody, you're making gun noises, and you pull the trigger. Once again, guns just don't go off. And the fact that he said he was sorry, and I know what I did, lets me know that, his whiteness is just that blatant. Okay, I'm in Waco, Texas. Everybody knows Waco and Dave Koresh. If you don't look that up. But, this is another story of, the careless disregard of black life from young white men. And, the legal system already giving them a way out. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. And make sure you share it as well. To get this video out. A lot of people are not talking about this, but this needs to be a warning of some of our brothers and sisters who think they are safe in these quiet homes, as that local ledger put it. But I thank y'all guys for watching the videos, liking, sharing, subscribing. And if you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, which allows the channel to grow. But y'all see the number, 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And as always, I pray you have peace and blessings. The scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Who keep the people informed? Stories abroad from literary work, where the narrative's wrong. The research is always on point, the commentary is hard. It's Rich Teller raising the bar. Follow along, shout out to FBA, still FTP. Big up NFAC and all my black families. There's three sides to all stories. Which one you gon' believe? We run down on the false prophets when they come to deceive. 100% urban world news, current events. We don't like them lies. Media is biased. We got God inside us, ladies and gents is power. If you don't know by now, look around me, the darkest hours. Cops squeezing hammers, cause they don't understand us. We stop and freeze with our hands and kill us off like cancer. Don't speculate before the facts on the case. Telehouse, set them straight, my brother Rich investigate. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news, don't muddle it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune into Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune into Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too